Hey, bub. I'm Ryan Wright. Shh.
And I'm Jerry.
And I'm Lauren Gaw.
Welcome to Reasons to See.
We give you reasons to see.
Or not to see.
Xmen Days of Christmas Past. So let's hang out, bub. So, dudettes and dudes, we saw X-Men Days of Future Past. This film, fucking loved it to death.
Pretty awesome.
Favorite movie of the year so far. Everything about it, from the writing and directing, the storytelling. You know, what I love most about these X-Men films is that you don't really walk away thinking about the action. The action's pretty simple in a lot of these movies, actually. You really walk away thinking about the characters. Fucking Quicksilver, dude. He was my favorite one in this whole movie.
He was good.
He was too good. Someone should kill him. Evan Peters, man, he was, just every moment with him. From the second you meet him and he's playing ping pong by himself and he's just
Very nuanced.
Yeah, he's like a cocky little shit.
Right?
I fucking love it, dude. But his powers are so cool, though.
Well, and they make the ability to run super fast look awesome.
Yeah,
You know?
when they slowed the time down, that was a really great scene.
Well, that's almost like,
yes.
that's almost, even though he's not in the movie for a big amount of time, it's like
But he
the
made
opposite
such a
of what
lasting
happened
impression.
with Gambit. It's like, oh, he's here for a few minutes and it's not that engaging. And
Wait,
here
when
it's
was
like,
Gambit in the movie?
No, in X-Men Origins. Because everyone's like, oh shit, Gambit's
That's
in
the
X-Men
point he's
Origins.
making, you don't remember.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
And in this movie, it's like, he's only here for a few minutes, but oh my god, it's pretty rad. Like, I'm gonna
Such an
remember
integral
that
part in,
sequence.
like, yeah.
You know.
That one sequence, that's like the defining Quicksilver moment when he breaks out Magneto and then time just slows down and how he
Yeah,
just
and he's
fucks
just
around.
Puts on his goggles and just like...
Yeah, makes the guns point at themselves as the guy
it's
punches
hilarious.
himself.
And he's like moving the little bullets. He's just like... Ding.
For a pretty, serious movie, that adds a nice touch of humor
yeah.
as well.
For sure, man. Like, he was incredible. And, like, everyone's incredible in this. I mean, you got Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine, who's always
Love
solid.
Hugh Jackman.
He's
Reason to see
Hugh Jackman's ass!
Yep.
You do see Hugh Jackman's ass.
Yeah.
Like-
you know it's his ass.
Oh yeah.
He looks pretty damn fine for his age.
Yeah, dude. Fucking his body is incredible.
And like, I swear you could hear like audible gasps from the audience.
I had a minor erection. It was awesome.
I would suck Hugh Jackman's body's dick.
I mean, my one issue with it is that, not an issue really, it's more of a wish I had. Was that
The front side?
Yeah, that's what it is. Want to see his cockarine. I wanted to see more of him using his adamantium claws, to be honest. I missed
This was
that.
before and then
Yeah, I just wanted one
necessary,
fight scene.
because then Magneto couldn't control him.
Yeah, I just wanted one fight though. Just one fight with the claws.
See, I liked
Yeah.
having the bone claws
Yeah,
for a
me
whole
too.
movie. I was like, that's neat.
But the thing is, what I loved in like the X-Men show especially was when Wolverine fucked up the Sentinels, and he needs metal claws to do that. He can't do it with his bone claws. I wish they had a sequence like that, and just for something, I don't know, where he like fucked up like the Sentinels, stabbing it. I remember in the first episode of X-Men,
Yes,
he's like,
but if he could just,
morph, and
like-
he's just stabbing it to
If
death.
he could just stab all the Sentinels, then the movie would be over.
I don't know. Oh, and the Sentinels, dude, they were fucking
Oh.
scary.
Oh my god. And the opening scene was great because it's like action packed, but like you know all the characters and you recognize them, and the Sentinels look flippin' awesome.
They're awesome,
They're
but
all like
I love their morphing ability.
yeah.
Like, and it was smart
so
how they
cool.
did it. Yeah, dude, they were terrifying, man. They were like a legitimate threat. I was like, oh shit, these guys can really kill these mutants.
Yeah.
When I first heard about it, like they're including the robots and stuff, and in the show, it was so easy for them to take on the
Right,
Sentinels.
because they were just like robots.
Yeah, exactly. But in this one, they're like, oh man, I wonder how you can really take down a Sentinel, you know? They don't have a scene where they show how you can really
Well,
take one down.
You've taken this mutant extermination device to its farthest logical, outcome in making it able to absorb and use their powers
But
against
see,
them.
it doesn't make sense to me because then why wouldn't they use Rogue as that DNA?
Because she gave up her powers.
Oh yeah, in X-Men 3.
Yeah.
She
Good
did. Oh,
point.
she did give up. You're right.
Oh,
I
you
forgot.
owned that one, Jay!
Mystique can only look like other people, but she can't take on other people's powers. So how could they make the Sentinels be able to do that?
Ah, good
Well,
point, actually.
I mean, I'm sure that they, took it a step further with science and shit. But.
Science.
Because it wasn't just Mystique. It was like...
Yeah, they tested on a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah. We're learning something as we talk about it. How fun. You don't see that in a review these days.
Except at this point, well, Rogue probably wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, Rogue
At
was-
that point of the movie in the 70s. Even the 70s version of the Sentinels were pretty cool.
Yeah, they were pretty cool too. And it makes sense why Magneto could take them down because they had metal at those time around.
No, they didn't have metal, but he put metal in them.
Yeah.
Remember the
Oh yeah, that's right, with the train sequence.
Yeah.
How clever. Michael Fassbender in this film.
Fassbender?
Dude. Fassbender?
I love him.
There is
Fassbender?
no
I think
N.
It's Fassbender.
It's
Yes, Fassbender. Yeah, dude.
I think it's Fassbender.
Fassbender, Airbender. Michael Fassbender.
Michael
the last
the
Airbender.
last Fassbender.
I mean, I think he's great all the time.
In this film, dude, I was like, wow. I liked him more than X-Men First Class. He wasn't like the bad guy, but he was a bad guy. No one in this film is a bad guy. They just stand by their beliefs.
Yeah, they're
Except that I feel like even though he has such strong beliefs, why does he think that like uprooting a stadium and like killing the president and all of his cabinet is going to make them like mutants?
Well,
Like
that's not
why
his
does
point.
he think
He,
that
he wants to overpower and take over. He thinks mutants are the dominant race.
That's
And
true.
he views humans as basically being scared and animalistic, and they just want to wipe us
Yeah.
out. You know, like they won't
he's just like,
understand.
he's gonna kill all of the
so I
mutants
will make
first.
them understand. You know.
Yeah, that's what made that scene so powerful when Mystique saved them. Because it was like showing that, hey, there's some
Right.
bad mutants out there, but there's
Yeah.
some good ones too.
Aside from like the impending threat of the Sentinels, you don't have so much like a really clear antagonist because it's just people with conflicting ideologies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And that's how the world works.
even Trask, same thing. Like they didn't make him like evil dude. Like he was just someone who really believed
Like
like
he's trying to save the human race here.
Yeah, he was great in the film. Good midget, man. I like him.
When we saw the movie
No.
last night, when Peter Dinklage came on, people started laughing.
Yeah, everyone started cracking
I was like,
up.
why are people laughing at Peter Dinklage?
Because he's short.
He's a great actor, though.
I think he's great.
I love Jennifer Lawrence, I really do, but I'm not a big fan of her as Mystique. I just
I
can't get
agree
into
with
her.
you.
Every time she talked, there was always something about it. I'm like, this seems off. It seems like a little teen.
She seems like a whining teenager sometimes. Rebecca Romaine, she's not Stamos anymore, I guess. I thought she was a fantastic Mystique.
Oh, yeah.
Because, well, she's got the body, and she like had this mysterious thing to her, and I feel like
She had the body language down better. too,
yeah, she was more like
And-
slinky. Is that a good word to describe her? I don't know. Jennifer Lawrence was more just like
You don't-
all American.
Yeah.
I get you don't quite see how Jennifer Lawrence's Mystique becomes Rebecca
Yes.
Romaine's Mystique. It's like
Yes.
they just seem like two different people.
Yes.
I'm fine with Jennifer Lawrence's performance, and I get a lot of the things that they have her do and why. I'm not super amped on her as Mystique either. though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I get the choices and I like some of them.
I
but-
almost feel like they picked her to be Mystique because like she was really hot at the time. So they're like, let's put Jennifer Lawrence in our movie.
Well, that movie helped her become really hot at the time. That was like just on the cusp of her rising
It's weird.
up,
As much as
you know?
I'm not a big fan of her as Mystique, a lot of critics really liked her as Mystique. But I love the ending with her. Like, that was a really
Yeah.
powerful moment. Because this whole time, they're like really focusing on Mystique, you know, like
Yeah.
the first person she killed was Trask. It was just so clever, and it was all about that moment. And then when she decides not to kill him, it was like, you know, that's that rare deciding to be a good person moment where you're like, thank you. Like, I was really hoping you wouldn't shoot him.
I mean, of course, she had to do that.
Yeah, for the sake of the movie, but there was a part of me that literally thought like, I feel like she could shoot him. Actually, I was a little concerned that she wouldn't
And
do it.
like everyone would die and
Yeah. Then X-Men Apocalypse comes.
That's an X-Men.
Yeah.
Dude, James McAvoy.
Oh,
Oh,
McAvoy.
yeah.
James
dude.
McAvoy is my favorite thing about this movie. Like he's
really, I mean, my favorite part is probably like the scene with him and Patrick Stewart like staring at each other. I loved that.
yeah, like
The two of them.
everyone for the most part is really good in this movie, but his performance, especially for me anyway, like there is just so much going on with him.
It's the biggest emotional journey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's the most compelling Professor Xavier performance we've ever seen.
Yeah, because we've always seen Professor Xavier as the wise one and he's in control, and this is the only time that we've seen him be
Out of control.
vulnerable.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, like he's pure vulnerable in this. He has no powers. It's kind of like a drug addiction he's dealing
Well,
with.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
He's a heroin addict without being a heroin addict.
Yeah, that moment when he decides not to inject himself with a needle was so well acted, dude.
All the little subtle detail, like there's just something so flawlessly natural about him in this movie. Just those times when he drops words and things like that, those little nuances. And I mean, where the story makes him go, what he does with it, I just loved him.
Dude, this whole journey was great. That one scene that they show in the trailer, but you don't quite know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
When he's talking to Wolverine, he's like, I don't want your future. Like that scene
right.
was so good too, man. Like, Then it leads into Patrick Stewart and him
I know,
talking.
right? It's like
Brilliant.
Charles.
Yeah.
Charles. Just
Charles.
like talking to each other. I mean,
Yeah.
I love Patrick Stewart.
I didn't question why he was bald though. I thought that was a flaw.
He's old, like, whatever. I mean, if.
But
okay.
he's really bald.